Okay, so it is August the 20th. I got the date right. Yeah, and it is Monday, and this is the Team Onward training for new representatives, although right now I'm holding this open for all representatives. Normally it is offered for, yes, Melody, Melody, I can't, but I'm not hearing anything from you, so you good girl, don't worry about it. You as quiet as a mouse. It's okay. So we're holding this, the invitation's actually sent to people who are what we call LOA 0 through 15. And that just means that you've been with us 15 campaigns or less, is what that means. But right now, I have this open to all representatives. A lot of people can't be on here because here, I've got people all over the United States on our team, which is a great thing. But I get the whole, you have another job or you have other responsibilities. So what we do is we YouTube this training. So if you feel like you've heard something and you didn't quite get it during this live part here, know that I'm going to send that YouTube out the following day so that you can go back and look at it as many times as you need to look at it. And hopefully it makes a little sense to you. If it doesn't, always know that you can reach out to me or your immediate leader and find out exactly what the answer is. I mean, if I don't know it, I don't know it all, but I'm going to try to find it for you. That's a good thing. You got somebody that's out there batting for you. So let's do first things first. Whether you are, in order to participate in this, let me say this now for all the YouTube viewers out there, because we have a lot of people who watch my training that are not actually physically on my team, they're just on my adopted team. We do raffles for our team, business tools and products and all that good stuff. And so we're going to pull the winner is what we're going to do from last week. And Melody, I don't know if you've got the post office thing, but we did get yours. She was the winner from last week that we had pulled and the week before. And so your lash stuff and all that stuff is coming out. Yeah, so it's all good. So you live so close to me, girl. You should have it within a day. So let me know when you get that or post it in Team Onward. And we said that this week was going to be, the poll for this week was going to be for business tools, things that can help your business. Things like extra brochures and samples. And, you know, I normally send out a pin that says something about Avon that you can hook on your bag if you're going to work or the bank or something like that. And anything else here I can find, believe me, I got so much stuff for business tools. I think to me, the business tools, when we have that, is the most exciting one because it's everything to grow your business. And that is really the steadfast thing for it. So that's what I'm drawing for. So how do you get an entry? Okay, well, you have to send me an email, whether you're on live or you're watching the replay, but you have to put live or replay. Now here's the catch. Live viewers have got to email me within the first 24 hours. Because if you don't, I assume you're a replayer, which is okay. But if you're on here now at any time during the live stream, you get 2 entries instead of 1 entry. So you want to do your homework. So you want to send your email to molly7720@gmail.com. And if you're a replayer, nothing wrong with being a replayer. It's all good. But you're going to get 1 entry, but make sure that you, again, email me also, hey, Molly, I watched it on the replay, because we want to make sure that, that you are going to get part of the drawing. Now, I have to tell you, part of the drawing, it is going to be a product bundle this time. And one of the things that we are giving away is the Ultimate Anew Gold Mask, which is absolutely phenomenal. I can speak for it, love it, use this twice a week. Also, I am sending out one of the clay masks. So it is a mask week. We are going to do one of the calming or rejuvenating or something calming. Today I needed the calming mask. I could have wore it all day long, let me just say. But we're going to send that out. I also am going to send a couple of lipsticks out. And what was the other thing that I pulled? Hold on. You know I should be a bit more organized, but you will learn. I am not. I am human, and I have always been really not organized, okay? So I'm working on that. That's on my list of consistency. I did think that I had one more thing, though. Hold on, let me make sure. Oh, I know what it was, and there's a piece of jewelry in it, too. Yay! So it's jewelry. It's a couple of lipsticks. You get the new gold mask, and also the clay mask. I'm going to send you one of the clay masks. So that's what we're going to be drawing for next week. Okay, so that's why you want to get that. Hey, I was on the replay or live, so I can get you in. Now, from last week, everybody who emailed me is in here for the business tool packet. And hold on, while I'm thinking about it right now, since this is the 20th, I'm going to write this down. New gold, clay. I said 2 lipsticks. And then there was a piece of jewelry. Yes, it's a necklace. I think it's a necklace and an earring set that I had over there. But this week is going to be, I'm going to be sending out the business tool packet. And like I said, it'll be an explanation of what each thing is that's in there. Because some of these business tools, especially being new, you may not have seen yet. You may not even know what it's for. So no worries. I'm going to have a little thing that says, hey, this is what you can use this for. Plus, we're going to send you some extra brochures. And I believe they're going to be campaign 19 brochures. Now, we're getting ready to go into campaign 19. Actually, that starts Tuesday night or Wednesday. So remember, even if you don't give them all out in 19, all brochures are good for 2 campaigns. So actually the 19 books, all the prices in the books are actually still good through campaign 21, okay? So 21, 20, and 19, okay? So you can use these. This is a great book. It's a great book for recruiting. It's a great book for customers. And I have quite a few of these, so we're going to send you out some of these also, okay? So in the meantime, let's do the drawing. We're going to do that first. Who's getting the business tools? Who's going to be the lucky person? We had quite a few people on live last week, so quite a few people got 2 entries. So let us see. Okay, hold on. Here we go. In the winter. Why don't I have anything on this paper? I have empty papers on here. Great, Molly. I folded up an empty paper. Hold on. They're all sticking together. That's what it is. Oh my gosh. So this would be, this one's written on it. Oh my gosh. Linda Church. Linda, who is on with us tonight. Yes. So Linda is going to get extra.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
See, it is so worth finding the replay or the live. Oh my gosh. So that's great. So Linda, I'll be putting together those business tools. You'll know when it's coming for me because I'll take the email you provided, Avon, and we're going to send you, I send this normally priority delivery, so you'll know you're getting it. So you'll be able to follow the tracking on that also. So just snap a picture or something and let us know, but we are putting you down for the winner, and that is really awesome. And yeah, you know what I love to see, and look, this is what's really great. I love all the reps on our team. I do. I don't know them all. Most of them, you know what? Most of them I don't know. Unless you get on here with me, I don't know a lot of you. But it's very heartwarming to me that when I see you participate on these and I see somebody earn these from a drawing, really you're winning it from it's a drawing, but I say earn it because you know what? You've got to watch it. You got to be on here. And I watch your business grow because that's the key. Whether you're taking those products and you're selling them to make yourself money, or you're using the business tools to grow your business, that is huge also. So and I understand that they're taking all the newbies and turning them over to Avon 2.0. So has everybody switched over that's on here? I see Rapunzel's like, yes. Adriana's like, yes.
I
Okay.
haven't.
Linda, Linda, good. I'm
No.
a holdout too, girl. Okay.
I'm
a
scared too.
holdout.
I don't want to make waves.
I have been like this, but all my girls and all my leaders say it's fine. It's just I forget that I haven't switched over. And they
Yeah.
keep telling me that if you have orders in your cart, that you'll lose the orders. And I have customers that when they go in and order, they place their order in my cart. So I think it's empty and I'll go in and go, okay, take a deep breath. This is the day. And I'll go in and there'll be like 3 orders. And I'm like, well, guess I can't do with this campaign. I'm using excuses. I'm making excuses and I'm owning it here. It is me. So yeah, so it's really cool when it's somebody that's on here that I talk to, that I see you posting in the groups, that really watching your orders grow a little at a time. It's exciting to see you guys win this. So that's great. So we'll get that out to you, Miss Linda. And then, you know, everybody else, like I said, make sure, I don't know if I'm going to give you anything else to send me. So hold out. Don't send the one yet for today, because I might, you know, feel generous and give you something else that you can tell me. And we might send you something. So it's good. So let's talk about couple of things. Now, look, when you're joining these calls a lot because you're hoping to pick up just little tidbits of something that hopefully you can use for your business, there's some stuff that you might hear over and over again. You might hear a service that I talk about over and over again. The one thing that you'll learn about me and participating in my trainings is when I really believe in something, when I believe in something that's grown my business, when I believe in a service that's offered, when I believe in an activity, I'm not telling you it's the only way to do it, but what I'm telling you is, when you hear me talk about it a lot, it's because it's worked for me. And what works for me may not always work for you, but I love sharing what I've done and how sometimes I'll try something and I'll be like, that didn't really work for me. But then I'll think, hold on, but I know it worked for a lot of people. So what can I do to just transform it a little bit, make it work a little bit more for me? And I'm going to give you a couple examples of some things today. Today, we're basically just talking about some different ways that help to grow my business in the beginning. And when I say in the beginning, I'm not just talking about my first couple of campaigns. I'm talking about really my first 6 months. Because to be quite honest with you, that's where my growth really started to take off as far as my customer base, was in my first 6 months, because I had to figure out first, one, what activities could I work into my life? See, I was never the chick who said, okay, I've got to give up everything to do this activity, because then the story is I couldn't do that. I had 2 jobs and I had to keep those, and eventually I did figure out that I would like for Avon to replace those jobs, but I also was smart enough to know that was not going to happen overnight. So whatever I did in my Avon business, if I wanted to hit the goal that said, I want this to be my income, I want Avon to be the thing, I want to be able to give up that paper route, I want to be able to give up my 9-to-5 job, I knew it was going to take some time to do that. So whatever I chose to do, whatever activities you choose to do, you've got to remember that you've got to figure out how to do these activities and work them into your life. If you start trying to find where you can place your life into your business, I'm going to tell you that's going to become immediate failure. And I mean for every rep that I've ever talked to, from the biggest to somebody who's just starting out. Because when you're always looking for time, I don't know about you, but when I start looking for time, I start hyperventilating because there is no time to look for. My calendar was really full then because my boys were in school. Even though they were in elementary and high school, my life was full. Between that and running from the bill collectors, it was a busy life. Just saying, it was just really busy. So when I talk about things like campaign mailer, which again, I did not find campaign mailer until I was about 3 years into my business. Didn't even know it existed. And for me, if I had a customer who I knew was going to buy from me, I would travel as far as I needed to. I mean, I have to tell you, when I first started my business and I was in one county, I not only took care of my county, but we had what we call a tri-county area, but I was the center county in Charles County. And I have to tell you something, I went to PG County, I went to St. Mary's County, I went to Calvert County. And even though I wasn't going to the far ends of the world with the counties, I was putting some miles on my vehicle. So when I was delivering orders, it was an all day long thing. And as my orders grew, it would be 2 days that I was delivering, because I would pick 2 counties that I would go deliver in. And that's because everywhere I went, I dropped brochures at. Now, here's the really good part, because some of you are going to go, oh dear Jesus, Molly, that is really not what I want. I do not want to spend all day going to 4 corners of every state that's touching your state. I get it. And I'm here to tell you that I wish so much that some of these things that I talk about with you had been in the throes of things when I first started my business. But I want you to know that it doesn't really matter what services are out there or what you partake in. The key is this: how badly do you need what you're going after? In my case, I needed money pretty dang badly. Let me tell you, I needed it. I needed to find the money for that car payment because they were going to come take that van from me. If you've got a kid who wants to play football, if you've got a girl who wants to dance, you know that the dance company's not waiting for you. You got to do it now. So now we have some things that can make your life easier. For instance, campaign mailer. And when you're looking for campaign mailer, it's campaign-mailer.com. This is a way for me now to get anybody who lives too far from me to get them brochures. I love that. I love the fact that I don't have to travel to the 4 corners of the earth to deliver brochures when I don't have an order to deliver. Now I have these different things that, between the e-store being fabulous, the e-store being fabulous and being able to share that to everybody. And look, for my people who like me, look, I'm an online shopper, period. I just am. 3 years ago, I wouldn't have told you that. How crazy is that? I love me some Amazon, and I love being able, I don't want to go to all those other stores if I don't have to go to them. Some people are like that with Avon too. So I want you to keep that into mind. Always share your online store. But yet, 80% of my people love this brochure. They want to look at this brochure. They want to page through this brochure. They want to compare those colors. They don't want to wait for their lousy internet connection to take place and say, well, come on, I really wanted to know which moisture therapy I wanted, but it gave out at the extreme moisture therapy. I thought they had one for itchy skin, but I'll be here all night waiting on my internet connection. They don't want all that. So the book is always a great thing. And I'm not going to lie, the people who get this brochure from me, they're the ones who buy from me all the time. So the brochure is a huge connection. So know that, if you only have 5 customers that live too far away, it's not that expensive to get a brochure in their hands. People say, well, Molly, what do you put on the back of it? I put first name only, the phone number where if they have any questions, my email address I make sure is on there, but I also make sure that my e-store is on there, and I spice it up a little bit. I make sure that the welcome code, where if they haven't ordered online from me before, I want to make sure I did use them. Well, these I got from, these are really great. I think I showed these to you guys, but somebody may not have been on here. I got these from, yeah, I got these from Town and Country, which you can find under Avon Advantage on youravon.com. And these are for books that I give out and I leave everywhere. Now, when I use campaign mailer, I just have to write that special welcome code out. I make sure that I do that. But when I'm handing brochures out, when I'm handing out sample packets, I make sure that these are on here. And you don't have to order these like this. The great thing is, Linda, you're actually getting a sheet of these because they come in the business tool, so it's really kind of cool. And they're all different. I know, she's like, I love that. Yay. This is 10% off your first order of any size when ordering from my online store. It says must use promo code WELCOME10. Welcome 10 is all together. By the way, that's a one-time use. So if they get in, they become your customer, and they use that one time, they get an additional 10% off. So I make sure that's on every brochure that I make to leave different places, whether it's the doctors or whether it's the dentist office or the bank or the McDonald's or the Chick-fil-A or whatever it is, wherever it is that you're going. If you're taking your kids to the park, if you're taking your kids to practice, believe me, you're not the only mom or dad who's going. Make sure you have brochures. And if you have the right information on there, you'd be surprised what people will do to save an extra 10%. They will. Everybody likes to save some money. So I also like, this one says 10% off your first order of any size. Ask me how. Can I be honest? I use those for people because, one, this is how I view it. Avon's going to give them 10% off if they go to your online store and they use this code. But if they're a first-time orderer for me in person, I give them 10% off too. I do. I immediately go, oh yeah, that's good either way. But if you go to my online store, you got to use this code. But if you tell me that you earn 10% off, then you're going to get 10% off. Well, Molly, does Avon just give them that off? No, that's 10% of my commission, people. But here's the key. If you've got somebody who puts in a $40 order and you've just given them $4 off their order, that's a heck of a savings, by the way. But do you realize that because probably any other representative that they had never did that for them, they're going to stay with you. You are building loyalty along with the relationship. And that's huge because there are a lot of Avon representatives out there who would love to take that person. They would love to take that person, but I don't ever have to worry about my customers. They're not going anywhere. They're going to make sure that they stay with me because they know they're going to get the best of the best from me. So I think you have to know what you're going to give your customers. You have to know what you want to offer them. Anybody who places a $100 order with me, all my customers know. If you're a $100 orderer and you've just gone crazy at Christmas time, you're going to get 10% off that order without a doubt from me, no matter what. You know why? Because if I wasn't giving them 10% off, they wouldn't spend that much. I have people who go, oh man, my order's $85. $85. But if I find something else to buy, Molly's going to give me 10% off my order. If my order's $100, I'm getting 10% off. Suddenly, they're going to find that 20-something more dollars because they want to save $10. I'm all about giving them $10 off to know that they are going to save 10 and they're going to spend $100 with me. I mean, and for all of you who are trying to meet your Kickstart, that's huge because remember, if you're meeting your Kickstart goals, you're earning 40% on everything. I don't even earn 40% on everything, people. Home and fashion, I'm only earning 25% on. So you as a newbie, you need to make sure that you are offering them what you want, because y'all get the best of the best. I love it. The best of the best in this world. You're earning 40% on everything. So don't always think, I'm going to lose a commission. I'm going to lose this. No, you're not. Because you know what happens? That person says, oh, yeah, you like Avon? I got a girl for you. Do you know every time I spend $100 with her, do you know she gives me, I save $10 every time I place an order with her. So when I want stuff for gifts and all, I just go spend it with my Avon lady, because I know that's an instant $10 or more. Because think of this. If she spent $120 with me, she had $12 off her order. I mean, God rest her soul. I can remember I had a couple of people who were with me. Her order was never under $200 with me. I mean, that lady helped me get the President's Club because she placed an order every campaign, but she got $20 off every campaign, and gladly I gave her part of that commission of mine and let go of that, because she must have bought me 5 or 6 customers. Now those 5 or 6 customers, they only bought between $15 and $40 or $50 from me, but they all got 10% off their first order, no matter what, with me. And I was always giving them samples. And if they bought 2 campaigns in a row, I would throw in a free hand cream for them. See, think outside the box. That wasn't something Avon told me to do. I had for a while before my customers now, they're almost 400 deep. Okay, my customers, how many people buy from me. So there's some things that I don't do now because I don't keep up with it. But I have to tell you, to build this customer base, I can remember that I said at the beginning of 2014, I remember me saying, if you buy 5 campaigns in a row, if you buy from me and your order is $30 or more, 5 campaigns in a row, in your 6th campaign, I'm going to give you 20% off everything. Now, I was President's Club. I earned 25% on all the home and fashion. If I wasn't President's Club, it would have been 20% that I earned. But rarely do they just order that. So, but either way I go, I've now had somebody who may have placed one order every 3rd or 4th campaign, that now they've placed $150 or more worth of orders from me, with me, $150 over 5 campaigns. And the 6th campaign, they get 20% off of that. But think about it. I wouldn't have had that $150 in sales. Now I'm going to give them, I'm not giving them money. I'm not in the red. The worst that can happen is that on the home and fashion, they got all but 5% from me. Or if I hadn't been President's Club, they got the 20% commission. They got that product and I didn't make commission. But guess what? All the other core products that I was making 40% on, 45% on. Do you see the big picture here? The big picture is find out what customers will go for certain specials that you have, and then do it. Like with this unlimited lashes that we just had in 18, every customer that I had who bought an unlimited lash serum, it's a $60 product. They could purchase it $39.99. But if they did, they got a free Love It First Lash Mascara from me, which, by the way, was on sale too in the book. By the way, I wasn't at 40%, I was at 45%. So actually, it didn't cost me. I made more on the commission just from the serum than I did on what that mascara was going to cost me to give them. I had 17 people take me up on that. 17 people bought the serum because they wanted to try the new mascara and they were getting it for free. So they've got 2 brand new products that if half of them, just half of them really like the serum in the mascara, I have just made them a repeat customer. I mean, guys, 17 times 40, you do the math, okay? You wonder how you get the President's Club? But think about this. Well, Molly, I don't even have 17 customers. No, you don't. But think about if you had 5 and just 2 of them did that. That's $80 more in sales. And if they like the product, guess what? That's a repeat buyer. Because nobody starts to grow their lashes and then stops midstream. They ain't going to do that. They're looking for them bad boys to fly away. They want the butterfly lashes going, you know. They're like, this stuff is wonderful. Then you give them a mascara to accelerate what is happening with their lashes and their brows. So now you've got 2 core products that you just hooked them on. Now, here's the key. If they start believing in the mascara and the serum, something that's helping them with their makeup, something they've struggled with, the fact that their lashes they're light and they never grow and they fall out, or their brows, they've got places that just never grow in and they're always penciling in, they're now more apt to believe anything else that you present to them. So think about them. Well, look, I know she wears eyeshadow. I see her wear it all the time, but she's never bought that eyeshadow from me. Wouldn't it be wonderful to think about this? Have you ever seen, like, let's look at this book. Let's see in 19. What exactly do they have in here? Okay. In campaign 19, the dual compact right here, $3.99 is the book price, regularly $6, right? So what if you said, as a representative, anybody who places a $25 order or more with me can pick a complimentary dual eyeshadow. And they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colors to pick from on me. You get one for free. I mean, no offense. I'd go back and buy another mascara because you just talked me into that. And boy, that was some great mascara that you turned me on. But maybe they normally only spend $12 or $13 with you. Now, if they place an order of $25 or more, instead of saying, surprise, I'm going to give you something. And I do surprise a lot with my people. I will say, place a $25 order for me. You're going to be in a drawing for this product, or for a bundle that is worth $20 or more, which, by the way, may cost me $9 or $10 according to what my cost is for something. But one person is getting the benefit of that. It's a raffle and one person. But what if you did a special that said, I really want to turn my customers onto the makeup? If that's $4, oh my goodness, well, you know, if I was at 50%, it would cost me $2. Okay, but maybe it might cost me $2.80, my price for that. But if they place a $25 order with you and spend that, and you're giving them that, your commission is much more than that. And there's the chance of hooking them on another product that they're not using. I do the same thing with the nail polishes. I will say, and by the way, I go through, I don't just do that. I go through and say, let's see what Avon's got on sale this campaign. And I will take a look, see, and I will go through and I'll go, oh, wow, okay. The nail polish is regularly $8. This campaign, they're on for $4.99. They're on $5. That means I'm probably going to pay $3 for it. Okay, well, how big does my order need to be where I know I'm still making a commission? But maybe I see she wears polish. I see she loves color. How can I turn her on to the nail polish? And no, I don't pick the colors for them. I say, okay, anybody who places a $25, you could say $30, whatever you want to say. If you do that, make sure that you pick a free nail polish on page 75, any color of your choice. And when somebody doesn't hear that or doesn't get my message or doesn't get my text, and I know they've sent me an order, I call them and go, oh my gosh, your order was $27. You forgot to pick a free nail polish. Do you want, and some people will say, well, Molly, I really don't paint my nails. Oh, well, do you have a granddaughter? Do you have a niece? Do you have a sister? Do you have somebody who you know does? Do you have somebody that you need to give a gift? You know, these are $8 polishes. It's free. Why wouldn't you take it? And immediately they're looking and they're picking that pink or they're picking that barefoot beige. And before you know it, it may be another customer that you've turned somebody on to, or that customer now will say, I really like this polish. That was a beautiful color. You've got to learn how to be a sharer. Now, you thought I was going to say salesperson, but I hate salespeople, okay? I do not. It's like car salesperson. It's a good thing I like the person I deal with my car salesman, because I don't look at him as a car salesman. He knows what I like. He knows now, don't give me all that bunk. Don't tell me what I'm going to get. Let's just get down to the nitty gritty. Show me something I'm going to love. Tell me what you're going to give me for free, and we're going to work a deal here. But the great thing is when you're sharing something that you like, when you're saying, oh, and by the way, this whole thing of, let's say their order was $23. I will call them and say, oh my gosh, Marge, your order was $23. Do you know if you spend $2 more or more with me, you're going to get a free $8 nail polish? Did you want to do that? Did you want to add an extra hand cream? What did you want to add to your order so you get that free $8 nail polish? And oh, did I tell you? You get to pick the color you want. Take a look-see there on page 75. Let's see what you'd like. You just shared. You just told her how she was going to, and she have to spend a couple of more dollars. People say, Molly, that's pushy. No, it's helpful. It's helpful. It shows that you're paying attention, that you're just not, oh, wow, okay, good. She gave me an order. Oh, I don't got to call it. She gave me an order. Oh, it's not just about that. It's about what did you have to offer that you're making sure that they had the opportunity to be a part of what you offered. Because a lot of times they're just forgetting. They're just forgetting. They just know what they want. They're just ordering that with what and they have no clue that they could get something for free. I also do that a lot with the glimmer sticks, things like that. And every now and then when Avon puts things like soap on a rope, something like that for the men, hey, people are always looking for a gift for that person. And I will say, sometimes I will give them a selection. Well, hey, guess what you can do? You can either get a soap on the rope on page 103, or you can get an $8 nail polish on page 75. Selection. They now think you're awesome. You are giving them a selection. You're not just putting it down what they have to get. So I need you to think outside the box. What's some other things that you can do? You know, I have a lot of people on my team now who they've been with Avon a little while, and they do things like events. And events can be a number of things. I myself and my upline, we used to do county fairs. And we would go in and we would do the fairs, and they would be like, I mean, 4, 5, 6 day fairs, some of them. Some of them were 2 or 3 day fairs. And we would get a table there, and we would have a wheel where people would pay $1 and they would spin the wheel, and they might get a sample packet, or they may get a nail polish, or they might get they may get a trial size of the new something, but we collected all year for that. There are things that are a little bit more costly that may completely be out of your budget that events you can plan for, like those things. Or if you know a great vendor affair is happening, a vendor event where people from all over, direct sales are there, or sometimes you will find that like craft fairs, things like that. There were a lot of craft people where we were at, and they were displaying stuff, any type of a business. And you can go in and sometimes minimally for a day, get a table for like $25, something like that, and you work that all day long. And I always do this in areas where I know I'm willing to deliver in. Nowadays, that doesn't seem to matter, because now that you have a free e-store and you can direct people to your e-store, it doesn't matter whether you're going to be there to deliver. Oh yeah, you can order from my e-store. If you go to my e-store and you register as a customer, you're going to get the deals that Avon has, whether it's a free shipping deal, maybe it's a free skincare deal that when you spend X amount of money, you're going to get this for free. Sometimes it's both. I mean, Avon is going to send you deals as a registered customer that you're not going to get from anybody else. And as a newbie, as a new representative, let me implore you to do this. I need you to go to your e-store site and register yourself as your own customer. So, okay, your store's up, my store's up, youravon.com/Molly Stone. My store is up there. But now I've gone to my e-store and I am registered. I have registered myself as my own customer. And I check the box that says, send me the deals, send me anything that's going on that I need to know about. And you know why? Because I want to know what my customers are being offered. If Avon is giving them, look, we know that normally if there's a $40 order or more at your e-store, they are getting free shipping automatically with a $40 or more order. But Avon randomly, all through the years, will do things like they will give you sometimes free shipping for any size order. A lot of times free shipping for a $25 or more order, or free shipping if you order this product, this skincare. But the only way that you know what's righteously going on at your e-store is for you to get the emails. So every morning I get up because I want to know, what has Avon sent my customers? And when I see that, I take a screenshot of that and I put that on my business page. And if it's really good, like free, I'll put it on my regular Facebook. Or my customers, I'll take a screenshot with my phone and I will send that by text to my established customers and say, hey, want to let you know, today only, it is free shipping for any $25 order or more. So the way, if you're not in the know, how are you going to encourage your customers to shop at your e-store? And for all of you who have the family and the friends and everybody who has said, oh yeah, I'll support you, I just need to know what's going on. They may not have bought yet. Ask them to go register as your customer. They don't have to spend anything to do that. Ask them to sign up, but if you find, well, they haven't, maybe they just didn't want to, it doesn't mean that you can't take advantage and send that to that friend in California or that friend in New Jersey or that friend in Oklahoma and say, hey, if you needed anything, I just wanted to let you know. I mean, your skincare alone is $38, but it says anything $25 or more, you're going to get free shipping. You may want to go ahead and reorder what you want. That is being a good representative. It's making sure that your customers know that you care and that you are looking out for their best interests. So that would be one of the things I would tell you to do too. Now, when I first started and I had all those jobs, and you know, I shared with you guys how I took my books in the middle of the night with my paper route and I tossed them in driveways and I would put them on top of my paper so I couldn't get fired. Well, not in the paper, on top of the paper. So it looked like the Avon lady come after the paper lady was there. Little did they know I was one in the same, okay? And I would put that in there, stick them in the paper box. I'd toss them in driveways. And I did that. And you're like, Molly, that's crazy. You doing it at 3 o'clock in the morning. But think about my life. I found out what worked according to my schedule. I was the crazy person out there delivering papers at 3 in the morning. So it fit. So everybody who got a paper got a book, but everybody who didn't get a newspaper got a book too. So paper customer, not a paper customer. Avon, 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 Avon. Everybody got hit by Avon, but only the paying customers got the newspaper, of course. That worked into my life. So there were times that Lee and I, Labor Day and Memorial Day, we've got, is it Labor Day that's coming up? Labor Day that's coming up. So we normally, in a normal setting, before our team got so big and I was busy doing this stuff now, we would go out and we would gather all our books. Like it might be campaign 19, but we had books from 8, 9, 12, 13. Every campaign that I had any extra book, and every campaign I labeled up all my older brochures with just my e-store address, no dates, no dates, no dates, no dates. When you do a tossing, when you do an event, you're going to have all kinds of people tell you all different things. The only people that get dates from me are established customers, people who have ordered from me before, and I want them to know when to get that next order in my hand. But for trying to get customers, I don't want a date on this brochure, because what if they look at that date and that date is just when I put in my next order? They don't have any money right then, but they want something in that book, but now they're going to throw it away because your date tells them that this book is expired. So when you're out there leaving brochures, when you're out there sharing them, if you're tossing them in driveways, if you're handing them to people, if you're leaving them at visitor centers, if you're leaving them at the bank, if you're leaving them at the doctor's office, no dates. You want them to think this is the freshest book out there. Come on and order from me. That's what you want them to know. So we would get all these books together from all these different campaigns. I would have Easter books, and I'm throwing them Labor Day. I didn't care, because if I could find an outlet to get that bunny in that they wanted, I was going to try everything I could. And you know what? I was very honest with those potential customers. They would call and they'd say, you know, this isn't coming up. And I'm like, you know what? We knew that there was a need for a representative in your area. So what we did to kind of recruit the customers is I used an older brochure to see who really liked Avon and who was looking for a rep. But I'm getting a new brochure to you right now. And everything in that brochure is current. Now, I can probably get you any of the makeup and the skincare and the body stuff that's in there. I may even be able to look in our outlets and maybe get you some of the clothes that you still want. So go ahead and try to order them for me. But in the meantime, I got a new brochure coming to you, and you'll have a new brochure every single campaign. See, the key is you use every tool that you have in order to bring an influx of customers to you. And you know what? People go, I've had people who've replied to my YouTubes and say, oh my God, Molly, that's the most unprofessional thing I've ever heard of. You give them a brochure, they can't get the clothes, they can't get this. And I'm like, you know what? Who's selling $35,000 worth of Avon a year? And who's not and complaining about what I do? Who has a team of almost 800 representatives in 14 years doing these activities? And who's still trying to fight to get the bronze ambassador in 8 years? Come on, people. Everything works out here in this business. Quit complaining about what it is that you don't like that you see. Don't say, no, I can't. Yes, you can. You just choose not to if you don't want to do it. But if you know what to say, and look, you might find a customer who goes, oh, okay, well, I didn't really think about that. But then I found some who went, that's ingenious. And I thought, oh my God, I think I'm a little smart. I think I'm a little smart right now, because I think that word ingenious means that it was a really good plan of action for me. They loved Avon. I was their connection to that. They didn't care if that book was old or new. All they knew is they loved the product and they wanted somebody who could put that product in their hand or give them an e-store connection or something to make this work. So I do those. But then look, I didn't have no money in the beginning. So I started looking in my local papers. And now it would probably be online papers, or a lot of times you can find it on Facebook now. Now, this is the day, 14 years ago, we ain't got no Facebook, okay? So I couldn't see who was having a community yard sale and who wasn't. But when I was driving around, taking my boys to football practice, picking them up from games, going to make a deposit at work, you know what I did? I paid attention to the yard sale signs, especially the neighborhood community yard sales. And normally when you went and you called the number to find out about it, they would tell me a table was $5 or $10. I had to bring my own chair, bring my stuff, but they'd provide a table and I could be there all day. So what did I do? I bought my samples, I bought my brochures, I made up a little basket of products that I had that maybe retail price may have been like $20, $25, but I think I paid like $8 or $9 for it all. And I put it in a basket, nothing fancy, something I got from the dollar store, set it on a table with some, I call them questionnaire sheets. And I would say to them when they came by, hi, I'm the local Avon lady. Would you like to fill out a form for your chance to win the basket? I'm going to raffle it off. You don't have to be here. If we pull your name, I'm going to call you and I'll deliver this to you. And people would go, I don't have to be here. I don't have to do is fill out the paper. And I was like, yeah, that's it. Had a little clipboard there. And I would ask for their name, their address, their phone number, and their email. And then there were questions on there, very brief. Do you have an Avon representative? Yes or no? If no, would you like to receive a brochure each campaign? Yes or no? The other would be, would you be interested in earning an additional $100 to $300 every month? And the final one was, are you part of an organization who could use a fundraiser? Yes or no? These were all yes or no. And by the way, you don't got to make them up because I already have them made up. I'm just the nicest person sometimes. I have them all made up for you. All you got to do is in your email, say, Molly, I would really like that questionnaire. There's 4 to a page. So you know I was the girl who had no money, so we had to make use of the page. And all you have to do is print them off and have them there. So you would say, well, Molly, how many people really did that? Well, it was all according to how busy the yard sale was or how big the marketing, the flea marketing thing I was at was. It didn't matter. Some days I would walk away with 5. Other days I would walk away with 20. Some days I would walk away with 50. This is what's cool. I always walked away with customers. Every now and then I'd even walk away with a new team member. But any place that I could get to, my max out was $10. I could not pay any more than $10 for a table. So if I could find as many of those as I could, I would go and from 8 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd go sit behind the table, share all the Avon books, everybody who walked by. Oh no, do not wait for them to walk up and act like they want it. People would look at me, they'd make eye contact, and I'd go, hey, would you like a free Avon brochure? Hey, I'd love to share this with you. Hey, would you be interested in a couple of samples? And oh, here was the killer. Would you like to enter for the free raffle of this basket of goodies? And yeah, I think I had a thing of Bug Guard. I had a hand cream. I think I had a couple of trial sizes of a new. And I think I had a mascara in there. So in all, it equaled out to be much more than what but they loved that. people were like, yeah, all day long. And I had a little basket there that they could just throw their entry in. I would tell them at the end of the day, I'll be drawing for it. But again, you don't have to be there. If you win, I'll call you. We'll make arrangements for delivery. These are just little things I did. And people say, Molly, how did you build your customer base? One person at a time, one event at a time, one brochure at a time. This was not a quick build for me, but I wanted to take advantage of anything I could. So you need to have brochures with you all the time. So in my opinion, I don't think that anybody should be ordering unless you have 40 or 50 customers already. I don't think anybody should be ordering less than 25 brochures a campaign. And since they come in packs of 10, let's just make that an even 30. I said that I was going to invest in my business $20 a campaign. $20 a campaign. Do you know what was good about that for me? I knew that if I was going to invest $20, I had to be making at least $20 because I didn't have $20 out of my pocket. But if I could sell them and I could make $30, if I could make $40, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if I took $20 and at the time 100 brochures were $19, now they're like 21 bucks. I mean, 14 years later. So if I didn't give them all out, that's okay, because when that campaign was done, I just labeled them up and I was stacking them up for Memorial Day or Labor Day. And then Lee and I would go on this ginormous toss, and we would pick 4 or 5 neighborhoods. We would have 1,000 brochures ready, and we would go toss in the middle of the night, just like with my paper route. We would go toss on a Friday or Saturday night, make sure every home got one, so that we knew they all had Monday off. Most people did. So guess what they were doing when they were having their cookouts? They were looking through the Avon books, and by Tuesday or Wednesday, I had 2 to 5 new orders that were in my cart. That's how you build it. These are the little things that are going to make a difference in your business eventually. Now, I also want you to know, not every time will you walk away with an immediate customer or order. Every time you do something like these events, every time you do something like leaving brochures places, this indirect sharing, every time you do this, you are planting seeds. Now, anybody who's a gardener, anybody who's planted flowers, you know as well as I do, whether you're planting a bulb or you're planting a seed, you plant many. Do you know why? Because you know there's always going to be some that don't produce. They don't produce. So we want to make sure that you are putting many out there so that eventually they're going to sprout out and they're going to become your customers. So this isn't an overnight business. If you signed up with me and you talked with me directly, and a lot of you have, but if you did, you know that I'm the girl who's going to sit there and tell you, I never promised you a rose garden, girl, because Avon is not that company. And by the way, none of them are, no matter what they produce. You will have times when you'll be like, oh my God, I got 3 new customers. And then you'll have time like, what happened? Well, I didn't get 1 new customer this campaign. What happened? That used to drive me. I would say, I didn't get a customer this campaign. Oh no, that's not happening. I have to reach more people. I have to make sure that I'm leaving more brochures. But the one thing that does get you more customers than anything else is the hand-to-hand combat. Put it in their hand, have it in your purse. I love what Melody does. I don't know if Melody's still on here or not, but if you're in the Onward group, and you should be, go back through some of the photos. Go back through some of the posts. She has a bag that she carries as her recruiting purse, whatever it is, but it's clear. Everybody sees the samples. Everybody sees the brochures. I doubt that she has to open her mouth very much to talk about what she's got going on, because what she's carrying with her speaks volumes every single day. And she does a lot of other activities too to build her business. I don't think there's one thing she doesn't try or doesn't have an intention to try, but this is what she knows. In her travels of going back and forth to work, whether it's riding the metro, whether it's on a bus, whether it's in a car, going into the bathroom at the rest stop, going on a cruise, no matter what it is that she's doing, when her person speaks Avon, whether it be the brochure, the sample packet, the dress, the jewelry, whatever it may be, the buttons she could have pinned onto something, that's what does it. So for me, in the beginning, I wasn't the girl like I am now talking to y'all all the time. I let everything around me, the little thing on my car that said Avon, the fact that my e-store is on my car. I'm going to put pictures of my car, actually my signs, in the group tonight or tomorrow because I have meetings late tonight. I'm going to put the questionnaire in the group too. So if you're on this right now, if you're on my team, I'm going to put this in the Team Onward group. If you're not on my team and you're watching this on the YouTube replay, that paper is already in the Onward No Matter What group. It's probably buried, so I'll bring it up to the top. But team members directly, if you are letting me know about whether you're on live or the replay, and you're interested in getting the questionnaire, so that, you know, again, fourth quarter is coming up. Do you want to think about all the events at firehouses, all the craft fairs at all these places? Do you know all you got to do is call that number and say, what does it cost to get a table? What does it cost? You know, what are the requirements for this? Look, guys, you got to ask in order for you to know. Ask people you know people who maybe you never went with them before, but they go to these community yard sales. Fall is happening. It's such a big time for yard sales. Go be a part of this. Use these simple things. See, my job is not to get you to go out there and spend a lot of money. I'm not into that. I believe in you have to invest something into your business, but if you've got to invest so much that you're consistently in the red with your business, that's not the way to do this. We're not the company that you don't have to go buy all these products to stay in business. You don't got to do that. The brochures will get this done for you. The questionnaires, your actions, sharing, following up, leaving, planting the seeds, putting that there, planting another seed. That's what's going to get this done for you. So think about events coming up for fourth quarter. Think about increasing your brochure number. And remember, they come 10 to a pack. So if you normally get 10 and you have 7 customers, venture out. Get 20 this time. Get 30. Get something to get your name out there, because the time to tackle building your customer list is fourth quarter. I mean, the time to do that is any time. But I find that more people are receptive to buying because when the fall gets here, they got to think about Christmas. Like it or not, it's coming. So you want to grab those customers now, show them what you have, make them your customers so that you can get these fourth quarter brochures in their hands because you get their information, okay? So anybody who came on late, molly7720@gmail.com. Make sure that my team, make sure that you let me know whether you were live. And if you were on here live, I need to hear from you within 24 hours for 2 entries. Anybody on the replay from my team, 1 entry. Make sure you email me. Let me know you were on there. Again, you're getting the clay package. We're going to put a couple of lipsticks in there. We got a piece of jewelry in there. We will pick for that next Monday. Congratulations again to Linda on earning the business bundle packet. And the other thing I would like to ask you, just to help me help you, if there's something that you would like to hear me talk about, recruiting, Molly, talk more about fundraising. Molly, can you tell me more about this? Can you tell me more about that? I would love to have some ideas that you as newbies, what do you want to hear more about? I mean, we will eventually, I do have to turn over to the 2.0 side eventually. So as I'm learning that, we will be rediscovering that together. Okay, you'll probably be teaching me. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to have to do that. So we'll start going over that again. Some of it I've seen is the same. That it's just like the other site, the vibe, the leadership part of it. Some of it's still the same. But we'll start going over that again to talk about how to do online invoicing and the easiest part of ordering, some shortcuts of things that you can do, how to know what you owe, that kind of thing. But in the meantime, all of that is still out there. Subscribe to my videos, youtube.com/Molly7720. Once you watch one of my videos, hit the subscribe button and then tap on the little bell, which will let you know every time there's a new video of mine up. It will alert you so that you know you can watch it at your convenience. You will get the replay list. Like you'll get the replay list for last week. That will come to you tomorrow for the whole week last week. You know, Friday night calls. They just had me on the Avon USA site talking about my why, my journey, and I was able to take that. That will be on the YouTube. So make sure you're catching those. Just because you just started now, go back and watch them bad boys. I'm just as crazy on them as I am here, so it's all the same to you. And figure out what it is that works for you, because you may be the person who's watching it right now going, yeah, Molly, I want to get there, but I'm not ready to do what you're talking about right now. No worries. I have hundreds of other videos out there that I'm going to take all your excuses away and give you hundreds of other things you can do to build your business. So you stick with me. This takes 6 months to a year to see anything what I would call substantial. And what I mean by substantial is you can't afford to walk away and quit. That doesn't mean it's going to pay every bill that you have right now. Doesn't mean it's going to pay every bill in 6 months. But the money is paying something, and this works in your life, and it is substantial money, and you cannot afford to walk away. That is the key. That is what I want for you. That is why I do this on Mondays. That's why I do the YouTubes. So email me, livers and replayers. Get your entries in. And somebody's going to win the mask passage. Everybody's going to have beautiful skin. Somebody's going to be glowing gold before it's all over with. I can't wait, okay? So I'll talk to you guys next week. Leaders, if any leaders are on the call, we have a leader call at 8 o'clock. We are drawing for the $100 gift card for campaign 7 through 13. So this ought to be exciting. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Reach out if you need me. Bye-bye.